Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Strategy of the Week tonight, titled, What's Working Now? How to Find the Best Performing Searches. And we pose this as a question. We still get this question asked to us all the time. What's your best search? What search should I invest my money in right now? Well, tonight, I'm going to review a technique that we've taught time and time again for you to be able to identify at any given point in time the best performing searches. There are plenty of reasons right now to be bullish, and I'm going to discuss all of those reasons as well as some of the techniques that I use to identify which searches are performing the best right now. Let's get started. Well, the first place to go to identify market direction is right here on the home page. We can see that we have multiple signals that are letting us know that the market is rising and we should be participating in this new upwave. You could see over the last 5 or 6 days we've gotten a few green lights in the price column of the color guard. I know tonight is yellow, but we have gotten a few green lights letting us know that the market is rising day over day and week over week. The MTI just recently on the 30th of December crossed above 1. We did receive a confirmed up situation. Primary wave remains up. The underlying trend remains up. So all of these here are signals letting you know that the market's rising and that it is okay to buy stocks. If I move us from the home page to a market timing graph, we can review some of these signals graphically here. If I come down, again, we received a confirmed up signal back on the 30th of December. We did get a few RT kicker up signals on the 24th of December, the 30th of December, and just recently on the 2nd of January. Price of the composite just crossed above its 65-day simple moving average. All of our indicators, these are our key core market timing indicators, they're all rising and moving in a bullish direction. All of them are rising from a recent low back on December 12th. This was in fact the market low as well. If I change our graph layout to the GLBRT kicker, the 5-day and the 20-day moving averages on RT are both moving higher. 20 of course is taking a little bit longer to pick up steam, but you can see that the 5 crossed above the 20 back on the 24th of December, and both moving averages are now gaining strength to the upside. One more layout I want to take a look at is the enhanced pro trader timing. We also received the DEW up signal on the 24th of December. Price of the composite closed above its 30-day weighted moving average, and the DPO went from negative to positive. Both the DPO and the MACD are currently bullish as well. So as you can see, there are plenty of reasons here for us to be somewhat optimistic on where we think this market is heading. All of these signs point to a slightly bullish bias. And as you know, market direction trumps everything that we do. So once we identify that the market's rising, the next step is for us to take a look at which searches or which strategies are performing the best during this recent upwave. I'm going to uncheck the envelopes, the MACD and the DPO. I'm also going to uncheck the 30-day weighted moving average. Now the closing low, or the closing recent low, was here on the 12th of December. And with all of these market timing signals that we've gotten, what you want to know is, okay, which searches have performed the best since the market stopped falling and has started to rise off of that recent low? And a technique that we've used time and time again is to run all the searches in the bottom fishing group, the aggressive folder, the prudent folder, the conservative and retirement folder, and also the special searches folder as well. So now let me step us into Unisearch and go over and review that technique. I'm going to come up here, click on Unisearch. First thing I'm going to do is just take the date back to that December low on the 12th of December. So now we have our starting date. I'm going to open up the searches bottom fishing folder. We'll start at the top. We'll go to all ordinaires, double click on that, quick test the top 10 stocks. And in preparation for tonight's strategy presentation, I ended on the 2nd of January. I didn't have Friday's data yet, so I ended on the 2nd of January and I ran a series of quick tests. As you can see, all ordinaires performed very well off of that December low up until the close of Thursday. 15.88%. 10 winners, no losers, outperformed the market almost by a factor of 3. Market went up 5.72%. So what I would do is I would record this 15.88% and I'd move on to the next search. ASE small ordinaires, I'd quick test the top 10. Even better, 17.65, also 10 winners and no losers. We go to ASX 300, quick test the top here, Also 15.88%. It found the same stocks that the all ordinaires search did. So I would continue this process until I've quick tested all of the searches in the bottom fishing folder, the aggressive folder, conservative, retirement, special searches, and I also did the precision trading folder. There are a lot of very good searches and scans inside that folder. And let me show you how I went about tallying my results. I created a spreadsheet and I recorded all of the results. As you can see, I have tabs at the bottom. We have a bottom fishing tab, a prudent, an aggressive, conservative, and retirement, and so on. I listed all the searches here. I recorded their gains, and I also recorded the percentage of winners. I didn't want a 20% average gain with only 2 winners and 8 losers, so I wanted to make sure that I had a robust and efficient search, not just a big gainer. What I did was I multiplied the percentage gain times the percentage winners, and it gave me a score. As you can see, 17.65 times 100% winners was 17.65 score. 15.88 times 100% winners, 15.88% score. So I was able to compare apples to apples and come up with a scoring system that helped me determine which were the best performing searches. I did that for the bottom fishing, the prudent folder, the aggressive folder, the conservative retirement. You can see that some of these searches don't have data recorded here. It's simply because they either returned no stocks or less than 5 stocks. I wanted to make sure that each search that I considered returned at least 5 stocks. So if you see no data here, it means, again, it didn't return enough stocks or it returned no stocks at all. Special searches here and the precision trading folder. Now, anytime you quick test a number or a group of searches from point A to point B, that really gives you a good base. What you want to do from here, though, to test the robustness or efficacy of a search is to vary the start date. So for example, what happens if you didn't get in on the 12th of December? Let me go back into Unisearch and explain that here. So again, what happens if you didn't get in on the 12th? Maybe you got in on the 13th. I'd rerun the search. I'd quick test the top 10. Not bad, 12.66%, 9 winners and 1 loser. I'd also vary the start date to the next day. I'd start on the 16th, run the search, quick test 11.76, 10 winners, no losers. So I continued with this until I went through all of the searches in each folder. Now, I know that seems like it would take you a lot of time, and it took me a few hours. But when it's all said and done, you've taken dozens of searches and narrowed them down to about 9 or 10 that are performing the absolute best over the given market time period. So I think that a couple of hours is definitely worth it. And I did all of this, folks, so that you don't have to. And let me show you what the final results are. And as you can see, I have at least one search for every search group. And the percentage averages that you see here is the average of all of the quick tests that I ran for each search. So from the 12th to the 2nd, from the 13th to the 2nd, from the 14th of December to the 2nd, and so on. I tallied all of those results and I averaged them out, and these are the best performing searches in each search group. In the bottom fishing group, we have the all small ordinaires, S&P/ASX 200, and bottoms up. I wanted to put bottoms up in there as well because it was a close third out of all the searches in that group. Prudent, you had a tie between good and cheap and prudent performers. Aggressive, party animals on average gained 6.74%. Best stocks under 15 and best stocks under 20 both returned the same stocks, and that average was 6.06. Dividend payers 5.46 average, and conservative was 4.53. Out of all the searches in the special searches folder, really only one performed well. It was hot stocks in hot industry groups, up 6.34% on average, and in the precision trading folder, El Cheapos and Southern Comfort/AU. And we've demonstrated this technique time and time again. We did it recently back in April of 2013 when the market first started to rise off of that low. And we just want to make sure that you all understand that you can do this too. It does take a little bit of time, but at the end, again, you've taken dozens of searches and now you know which ones are the best and which ones have the highest likelihood to continue to perform well in the current market. Well, I hope you've learned a little something here and that you've enjoyed the presentation. Have a great weekend, everyone.